Friday. It's the Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Gulseth.
It is
the allergies. Wow.
Good morning.
I am an alto today.
Friday, September 6th. Happy allergy season.
Sorry about that, y'all.
Apparently, we're allergic to different things because normally I would be...
Yeah, you're fine, and I'm like really bad this morning.
Mine will kick in later on today, probably. It is Friday, and two good things on deck today. Excited to share those. You had the chance while I was out earlier this week to sit down with the Reverend Bart Day, President and CEO of Lutheran Church Extension Fund. We'll share that in the second half of the program. Upcoming event at Concordia Seminary called Contemplate. We're going to learn more about that in a moment as well. Thanks to Concordia University, Wisconsin for supporting the Coffee Hour. Find out more about Concordia University, Wisconsin at csl.edu.
Live uncommon.
Joining us by phone this morning, Pastor Bill Wrede, Director of Ministerial Recruitment and Admissions at Concordia Seminary in St. Louis. Good morning, Pastor Wrede.
Good morning. How are you today, Andy?
Wonderful, wonderful. Glad to have the chance to talk with you about the upcoming event at Concordia Seminary called Contemplate. What is Contemplate?
It's our 3-day event that we hold twice a year, and it's focused on our target audience is those who are currently in college or older. So not high school students or others, but people that are a little bit older, both men and women, if they're considering a church vocation in general, if they're considering specifically pastoral ministry or diaconal ministry, those are both going to be covered during that time. But it's 3 days of worship, of attending class, and then we have sessions specifically for people to hear from our professors and others about what does it mean to come to the seminary for formation? What types of things should they be considering as they discern whether or not they are going to go into full-time church work, or if they're on the path already and get some more of their questions answered.
Can you share a story from one or two people who have attended Contemplate that show how it was a meaningful experience for those people who were able to attend?
Sure. One of the things that happens that actually we didn't have for a while, to actually give the participants a chance to exactly what it says, contemplate. So after they've gone through the Thursday program and the Friday program, before we wrap up on Friday, we send them off for as much as an hour and a half with some directed meditation time. We give them some suggested Bible passages. We send them to different areas on campus that we as individuals who work here every day sometimes take for granted, but the Chapel of the Apostles in the base of Luther Tower, or some other places on campus where they can take some of the things that they've learned during the week and consider those in the form of what does this mean to me? And the response from that is where generally the stories come from, because they get a chance to assimilate some of the information, but then they say things that could sound like cliche, but they'll say, I'm so glad I'm here because it made it real. And seeing that there's actually real people on campus that go to class, what those classes are like, what worship is like in chapel, those are the things that you should just know these things, right? But once they've been here, they tend to say, this answered my question simply because it was real. It was somewhere that I could actually see what it is that I would do, and goes beyond anything a brochure or a conversation could ever bring. And some of them, of course, come here and see our collegiate Gothic buildings, and they say, I can't wait to go home and tell them I'm going to Hogwarts.
It is a beautiful campus, and a lot of history there as well. So walk us through the time spent there. You certainly pointed out that there's time spent in truly contemplating what this future vocation may entail, and but walk us through some of the other things, the other experiences you get to enjoy during that time there on campus.
Yeah, one of the things that is very important is that we want to couple the experience that we would say is a day in the life of a seminarian with day in the life of who else is attending this, and what are they wrestling with? What are they considering as they try to figure out, since we generally are not looking for handwriting on a wall, or God's not really into social media as far as himself getting on and tweeting a response to us. And so this makes it very possible for people to see both an average day, but also to talk with people and say, I have this thought, or this is what people have affirmed in me, and to grow with that. So how we do that is we have them attend classes with a mentor. Their mentor pretty much leads them through a good part of the day, and that helps them to have somebody right at their disposal that they can ask those questions and to say, how did you decide to come here? And what are your thoughts of ministry after the seminary? So it helps them to hear from other people that have been in the same spot. When we get to the part of the program that includes more information from the professors, I think we have a picture in one of the buildings that shows the faculty from the 1920s, and they're all in starched shirts. None of them have a smile. They look pretty stiff, like a lot of old black and white photographs did. And once they get a chance to talk with a professor that, for one thing, is not 100 years old, that he was a parish pastor, that he does all this, that brings so much more to light that they realize that there's life here. This is not just about studying theology, but they're learning from pastors. They're learning from people that are experts in their area. And that's a part of the program that always gets very high reviews just because they don't know what a seminary professor is like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How much do the professors and the students enjoy this time of interaction with prospective? Sorry, it's Friday. Prospective students.
Sure.
Sorry,
yeah. What are they? For me, it's kind of an insight into what I get to do every day. I know that our faculty enjoy the idea of talking to people that are entering this whole thing, because eventually they could become our students. But then we have so many people that want to be the ambassadors, want to be the mentors with our guests because of the fact that this is near and dear to their heart. They had people that walked with them through this process. And when we have guests on campus, you hear about some schools or whatever where, the meal plan improves that day and, they mow the lawn special or something. And we don't have to worry about that. We're pretty good about just letting people see who we are on a daily basis and to see what happens in a day that might need more explanation or something like that. But I know everybody on campus enjoys it when we have guests, because it's just part of that scene beyond what we're doing every day and remembering, yep, I remember that journey as well.
So this event, Contemplate, is coming up fairly soon. The fall event is coming up October 3rd through the 5th. Is that right?
Correct.
So who should register and how should they go about doing that?
We have no requirements that we're looking for. This is not just for people who are planning to apply or have applied. We are thrilled to have people of all ages that want to come and experience 3 days on campus. They are our guests. We put them up in a local hotel, so they're comfortable. They have a private place in the evening, but then we give them a ride to campus, and so there's no need to worry about transportation. Once they get here, all the meals are provided. So we encourage young people, older people, people that are considering a second career, as well as we have students who will come from our Concordias. They'll come and use this as their opportunity to see firsthand all the things that they've heard about from their classmates. And that's a wonderful connection, because then they see their classmates that they knew from a year ago who are now first or second year students here. So we encourage people, if they are anywhere on the spectrum of, if you say between 1 and 10, 1 being I've just started thinking about this, to really I'm looking for the application process, all of those people are certainly encouraged to come. We also encourage pastors and DCEs and teachers and Sunday school teachers and parents to, if they see somebody that they want to encourage to come, to contact us, and we'll definitely share information with them. So sometimes it's the people, not themselves, that would be coming, but I see somebody that I want to encourage, and I think this would be a good step for them to continue to consider a full-time vocation in the church.
You mentioned second career. Tell us a little bit more about our second career students. Kind of, do they stick out there, or what's the percentage of second career students, or maybe third or fourth career for some of us?
Sure. The only ones that stick out are when we have a couple students in their 60s, and so we know that they didn't just come from their first career or their first college experience. Most of our students, our average age is 28, which is a little bit more than straight out of college, but with the older students that are here too, it raises the average a little bit. But they blend in real well. And about the only thing is that the first couple days, there's some test anxiety. There's almost the kind of the skittish look that you see with children going to preschool or kindergarten for the first time, and they look like they really could use a friend right now. Because it's been a while since they've been in the classroom, but early on, whether they're studying a language or in other classes on campus, they figure it out pretty quickly.
The Reverend Bill Wrede, Director of Ministerial Recruitment and Admissions at Concordia Seminary, St. Louis, csl.edu is the website. Pastor Wrede, thanks so much for being our guest on the Coffee Hour today.
Thank you so much. Always a pleasure.
I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Gulseth.